my girl Whisper giving no f***s today. So, you know we gotta talk about the nasty work she put in this issue. Just like I know y'all have already sneaked that like button. Now without further ado, let's take a look at issue 79, the final Mimic Confrontation. Brought to you by these Wolfpack patrons. We start this issue off in the Rainbow Ravine, with Whisper meeting Cream after the Flower Festival. Peep the pose Whisper is hitting in this panel. She is already so over this bullshit, it's not even funny. When the posing and facial expressions are this dynamic, you know Adam Bryce is behind this artwork. Not even a few seconds into the conversation and Whisper is already sussing out the Cream in front of her. Noting Cheese isn't around like he always is. Cream tells her that he's got a tummy ache and the quiet wolf presses her again. This time trying to catch the bunny doppelganger by purposefully calling her mother Mrs. Tapioca. But once again, this Cream passes the test and corrects her, telling Whisper that her mother's name is Vanilla and slurping away at her drink. But that's when Whisper gets silent. Like, deadly silent. I swear the tension in the air had to be at an all-time high for Mimic when Whisper stopped talking and just began mean-mugging him. I know my man was probably shitting himself wondering what he did wrong. That's when Whisper calls him out, by name, commending him for doing his homework, but she explains where he f***ed up in his facade. And you know what it was that gave him away besides them tentacle suckers on his hands? It was the fact that Cream doesn't say mummy and that loud ass slurping he had been doing. Bro, can you imagine how dumb this man must feel after putting in all that work, only to sell at the last second because he was enjoying a snack a little too much? On some Mr. Fugu type shit.
Oh, yes!
And here's how I knew Mimic had paid the writers to really hype up this act too, because in the character cast page, they actually show Cream the Rabbit there, as if she was actually a part of this one. Like, bro, you ain't slick, we all saw what you did. With his act broken, Mimic starts to morph back, all while talking down to Whisper, calling her out on all the friends she's made, and how learning the enemy used to be their thing before his betrayal of the original Diamond Cutter crew. Now, if you remember the IDW Annual Issue 2024, we got a bit more insight on why Mimic betrayed the group. Check out my review on it here. Mimic continues to shit-talk Whisper, who is eerily silent, like more than usual if you can believe it. With the evil octopus telling her that she's foolish for making even more friends after what happened, and that they're all liabilities and weaknesses for her. She's quick, however, to fire back, calling him out for his bull and telling him that friends uplift her and cover her blind spots. Is that foreshadowing I smell? And we can see the two clearly have taken on different approaches to their lives. Mimic works alone and believes he can only rely on himself, while Whisper has slowly opened up and made friends that in turn made her stronger. Mimic even makes a Mimic even points out that she came here to finish things with him alone, certain that Whisper is here by herself. And she is more than willing to let him think that too. Look at her trying her best not to smile here, because she knows. Though he does manage to sink even lower, telling her that the only reason she's alive is because she wasn't in there with them that day. And that's enough to get their fight started. Though he points out it would be impossible for her to fire her weapon in a crowded area like this without there being some casualties. And that's when she's like, I won't. Suddenly, everything is enveloped in a telekinetic field of psychic energy. And look at Whisper just chilling as it happens. Why do I vibe with her chill while destroying you energy? So yeah, Silver is there and getting control of the situation, apologizing that he can only be so precise with his telekinetic hold. Now I want y'all to look at Whisper in this panel. Can you imagine being this disrespectful to your opponent? Like if I'm Mimic, there is no way I'm about to watch my opponent finish her drink while casually reaching for a weapon like that. But before she's able to boom him, he activates one of the power cores from the earlier Bad Guys miniseries. See my review of that one here. Though this time, Whisper planned for this and has eyes up above watching his every move. Those eyes of course belong to Tangle, who's watching him go into a crowd of people and transform into... Hey! It's Barry from the Murder of Sonic! That's a fun little Easter egg for the fans. And Mimic is really determined to end this, because as soon as Whisper turns her back and pretends to drop her weapon, Mimic pulls his knife and goes in for the killing blow, before Whisper counters with the Hover Wisp, sending him sky high where Silver recaptures him. Mimic once again breaks out of Silver's control and smashes into him, barreling away before Tangle gives chase. using her tail to grab this man and spike him out of the air. And just as Mimicus is about to start doing his usual villain shtick of monologuing, Tangle is quick to put hands to the evil calamari, not even giving him the chance to speak. And she doesn't just hit him once, she starts piecing him up with the 10-piece combo Hold the Biscuit. And I'm talking left hooks, right hooks, haymakers. My girl had something to prove. I swear I ain't never seen Tangle fight like this before. With one last ditch effort not to look like a chump, Mimic turns into whatever the hell this thing is from Sonic Lost World. I think it's a Yeti. All before Whisper comes in like Thor with her cute hammer wisp and strikes the finishing blow on him. And to add insult to injury, she starts drilling into him.
What?
And unloading an array of shots into his body, leaving his shit rocked in a crater. But here's the crazy thing. Whisper points her wisp on right at Mimic's head and charges up one last shot. And the whole time I'm thinking, wait, is she actually about to fire? Like, I don't think she was doing that for show. She was definitely gonna pull the trigger. Now, do y'all think that she was about to kill this man? Tangle even seems to think so, knowing Whisper is not about to let this man see another numbered issue. But in an even crazier show of you didn't win, Mimic pulls his knife and stabs his own power core, self-destructing and sending his flaming corpse down to the bottom of the cliff. Silver is able to stop the debris while Tangle makes a last-second save and uses Whisper's Wisp-On to hover back down safely with her friend. And down below? Okay, so like, I need y'all to weigh in on this with me. They can't outright show a body in these comics intended for children, but I'm pretty sure that's Mimic's body exploding down there. Like, those might be bits of him we're seeing in the panel flying in every direction. But one thing is for sure, I'm 1000% sure he's done. It's an implied death, much like Starline. There will probably be some theories about how he could have survived and how he could probably come back mechanized, modified, or with amnesia, but my theory is he didn't survive this one. But what do y'all think? Is he dead, or do you think he's gonna come back? Our heroes regroup and Whisper actually smiles, like gives a genuine smile. Bits of her old personality showing after being hurt for so long. She's finally avenged her team and now she's finally ready to go home. Just two, friends and a good boy. Way to go, new Diamond Cutters. I'm so proud of y'all. The trust and friendship they held was able to defeat Mimic and finally put an end to that menace. Not gonna lie, I kinda wish Lanolin had been around to help too. Mostly to help her redeem herself after being played by Mimic and acting out the way she did as well. You know, to really help end the whole new Diamond Cutter arc, with all the characters being there. Meanwhile, in Rainstorm Forest, we get a hint at our next adventure, which will star Sonic and the Chaotix as they explore the area for Eggman's facility that Clutch told them about. All while something lurks nearby. Look at these preview pages, guys. You know who's about to show up in the next issue, so get hype. I love this issue. It was a payoff to a long-running story about Mimic that had been built up since his first appearance in Tangle and Whisper. There were a lot of Easter eggs thrown in, and the best part was that each of the new Diamond Cutters got a chance to get revenge on him for all the scummy shit he did. Whisper also finally gets the peace of mind she never got to have after her friends were killed. Can you imagine having to live your life constantly looking over your shoulder, not knowing if this transforming octopus was always within knife's reach? He could be anyone after all. No wonder Whisper had trust issues when we first met her. More importantly, I'm happy to see the smug scumbag get his, after all the countless people he may have hurt, or worse. There was just no redeeming him. Rest in piss, you scumbag. I give this comic an 8.7 out of 10. Hopefully you've all already spin-dashed the like button to show your support for this video. If you want to help me, SG Wolfie out, and get YouTube to show you even more of these, you know what you gotta do. Leave a comment for the engagement and algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't already. The story continues in issue 80, so click here to see what happens next. Last video's best comment.